that? Oh my gosh, I'm not dancing in the background.
I know. I can see Chandelle and Anna, and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, okay, good music, good music. Okay, you guys, we said when we were like, what, 3 weeks ago, when we said we were like done, I said we had to come back with a video because we just had to for season 2. Did we not, Anna?
We did, yes.
Oh,
I actually Selena's teenage daughter and her cousins to create it for us because
no, I did it.
I know,
because
but
they were too busy. Too busy. You know what I mean? But I did show my daughter at the end before I sent it to Anna, and she was like, "Oh, you did this, Mom?"
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Okay,
we're so excited to be back. Yay!
Yay! We have a great lineup this season. I mean, we pretty much booked quite, like, I almost want to say all of season 2, which is kind of awesome.
Plan. If you might be getting an email from us. In case you don't know you're on it yet. We've got the list of names of who we want to come on for this season. We're excited about it. It's gonna be good.
Sure. I'm going to tell you this, though, people. It's the first one, and there may be some little bumps here because I'm like, oh, yeah, I got to do that. That's my job for the show.
Yeah. Well, so we took it like, what, a 2.5 week vacation. So, Selena, what did you do on vacation?
What did I do during my coronavirus vacation? I went from my kitchen to outside backyard, and then I went from the backyard back inside to my house. That was a great vacation. That's what I did. Awesome. How about you, Anna? How was yours? What did you do?
So during my 2-week vacation, I moved my entire house.
No biggie.
No big deal. That's what I spent my time doing. So yeah, it's been a busy and not busy because of coronavirus and quarantine. But I will say it's been way too long since Selena and I have hung out in person. So I'm glad to be back on our regular Monday morning coffee chat because I have missed her. I've missed you.
I know. I missed you too. Seriously. I don't even know what day it is. And I think the coffee chat like allowed me to like remember like, okay, today is Monday. You know what I mean? But okay, we got a lot going on. I know I could sit here and talk to Anna, but we were backstage with Chandelle and we were just like, you know what I mean? So, and then I'm like, yeah, it was good. It was good. So, okay, real fast before, so, you know, Anna moved houses. I quarantined, she quarantined. And then we have this other thing.
Yeah, we're doing something else. We do actually do things not together, but very few.
That's right. Really. All right. So we are part of this group that we've been a part of for a really long time. So really excited. So AMC is a, I suck at this. Anna's probably better at it than I am.
The Association of Military Spouse Entrepreneurs.
Right.
So it's basically just military spouses that are trying to own and run their own business. And AMC is an association that provides master classes and contact information and great deals and all sorts of really awesome things. So when they said, hey, let's do community chapters, Selena and I went, why not? Fort Hood, here we are.
Yeah. I mean, do we have more time? Do we? Anyway.
So excited. We're co-chairing this awesome opportunity where anybody that's here local in Fort Hood, once every quarter, we're going to have a big get-together with a speaker, and it's all business related and networking related. It's not for selling, it's for networking and business, and we're super excited.
Yeah. I think it's super important. You got to have those, like, you have to have those things, right? So, okay. I'm moving slow, and I'm going to warn all you people. I joked with Chandelle, but it's that kind of a morning. I'm double coffee fisting it this morning. So if you get confused and see me pulling a different cup, you're not. It's not. I need it. I need it. I have a toddler that is living in my house right now for the next 6 days. And anybody that has a toddler, bless you all, because I forgot what it was like to have an 18-month in the house. So
Okay, so we're going to bring on our awesome guest pretty darn soon. So today, I mean,
Yep.
Selena keeps saying we were talking to Chandelle. So just in case you didn't catch it from the start, our
Yeah.
guest today is Chandelle Walker, which we're super excited about.
Let me bring that in there. Yes, we are.
Before I read her bio, Selena,
Yeah.
tell them how we know her. This is kind of a fun story.
Yeah. So, and it's okay. Just, a small little tiny recap. The way me and Anna do, we have a very fluid format when we do our show. And that's why it's always so different. So with Chandelle, we met her twice, really.
Yeah.
One was at a conference in Austin at the Capitol. We sat next to each other because we were supporting actually another coffee chat guest, Maria Reed. And then the second time where we actually really got to connect with her, and it was just by coincidence, we got to sit next to her, was at a workshop at the USO. It was awesome. And we sat next to her for this, I can't remember how many hours, but I think Anna and I, again, we do things separate, but we just love to do things together. So anyway, we sat next to Chandelle and we literally did not want to stop talking to her all the way. I mean, we walked out of the parking lot, all the things, and she's just like this person you just want to have in your life.
It's a magnetic personality. She's like,
right?
Here I am. Yeah. I'm awesome, and you should know me.
I mean, I know I pulled her bio, but she does so many things that's not even part of this. Like she's a piano teacher, and she taught my kid for a couple of lessons until my teenager was like, I just can't do this anymore. But she loves Miss Chandelle. But she's like, I'm just stressed. But she's amazing. I don't know. Yeah. She's amazing.
Okay, so
I could go on and on.
I'm going to read her bio so we can bring her in, and then we'll talk about how amazing she is with her in the live stream. But okay, so Chandelle is an author, a mother, a military spouse, a crafter, and a pianist. She's helped countless families with the release of her children's book, Daddy Left with Mr. Army, A Child's View of Military Deployment, which awesome read, by the way, for anyone with small children that is dealing with deployment. All right, that's a side note. So her efforts and her excellent writing awarded her the Bronze Medal Writing Award from the Military Writers Society of America. Yay!
No biggie. None at all.
Chandelle also was named the 2020 Armed Forces Insurance or AFI Fort Hood Spouse of the Year. She hopes to help military families thrive through deployments and family separations. Her future plans include positive experiences, people to meet, books to publish, and opportunities to serve the military community. So we're super excited to welcome in.
Yay,
Chandelle! Thank you for that introduction. I want to know that lady. She seems cool.
No. Right? She's kind of amazing. I mean, every time we say this, it's like, what?
You're so sweet. I appreciate that.
No, well, welcome, Chandelle. How are you this morning?
Thank you. I if I was a coffee drinker, I'd have 2 or 3 cups myself.
Yeah.
It's one of
it's
those
that
mornings.
kind of a year. No, year, Anna.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
It's that kind of year. Yes.
It is. Right?
Sure. Well, I'm super excited to hang out.
Yay, we are excited. Why don't we just jump into the coffee cup selfie? So then we can just get started with the show. I mean, so
let me turn off the pic. All right, so we're gonna take a picture. We're gonna
yes, we love it. I feel like I need to just do it too so we can remember.
Do it.
Okay, on 3, guys. Wait. Okay, when did they? Okay. And we're done.
I hope you guys took your selfie with us. If not, grab one really quick before I take down the sign. Go.
Yes.
Go.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you to everybody for contributing to our intro video. If you're in there, yay!
You want to take your coffee cup selfie this season so we can add you to the next one. It's just going to get better, bigger, better. Pretty soon it'll be like 15-ish minute coffee cup selfie intro plus coffee cup chat.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah, music. I like
I
that.
know.
I know, right?
I know. I'm just sitting there like, don't stop and play in the middle. Like, please play all the way through. Like, there's all this, like, I just want to enjoy it sometimes. And I'm like, oh. Wait, pre-warning you all. I do again have an 18-month in my house, so there could be a scream at the middle of something. And I have a dog who has been on is probably so stressed out. She looks skinny. I think she just hasn't eaten, but she's super excited. So you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway.
During this summer time frame when kids are home and coronavirus and quarantine, I think everybody's forgiving of all sorts of mishaps in lives and Zoom meetings and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Nothing is as it was. Nothing.
Exactly.
I'm gonna pop in a couple of comments here. Good morning,
Sandy. Hi. Hi.
And then we have John Larson.
Yes.
I know him. And then we have Julie is here. Hello. Hello. So so everybody just stop in and say hi and comment along as we talk with Chandelle. So all right.
Join us.
Yeah, I want to just show this one too. This was from Amber earlier today.
Oh,
she had a chance to
yes.
I had no idea.
Yes. It's so crazy. That's right. Because Amber came with us to the last big gathering really that I did before they shut down the state of Texas. What was that? What was it called?
Milspouse Conference.
Yes.
The Together Conference.
MCs, military spouse employment zone. Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
that one you just said.
I forgot one of the. I'm not sure. Employment. Yeah.
I came out with a T-shirt. How about that?
I know. Man,
that was a cool event. That was pretty awesome.
It actually really was a cool event. Yes. I actually came out with a lot more than T-shirt from that event. It was really good. So
really. Well, what is our top? Did we just talk about topic?
No, we didn't. Let's bring in today's topic is networking, and clearly because of how we met Chandelle, we thought this was the perfect topic to have with her on, because you really do never know who you're sitting to. I mean, Amber sat next to you; she had no idea you were so famous.
Right.
I don't have any idea that
But when we met you at the first the spouse conference in Austin, who knew where this would lead to, right? And so it's kind of just a fun little lead into, you really don't know who these people are surrounding you, and how networking really can be a key to building your business and making things happen for you in some way. So I feel like you're making things happen for us right now, Chandelle. So I really appreciate that.
You are.
Nice.
No, Anna was saying, at the one in Austin, I was sitting next to you, or I was closer to you than Anna, and Anna was like, "Wait, I want to be in on that combo. What are they talking about?" You're like,
we were chatting.
Yeah, chatting like how we do.
Chatting, and I'm like, I don't want to be here.
What are they saying? That's kind of one, even in church, you're supposed to be quiet. And I just have so many little comments. My daughter, when we watch a family movie, she is not a fan of watching a movie with her mom because I commentate. And I'm like, or I make sounds. What's going to happen? And she's like, no, and she gets mad. And I will just I say stuff all the time. And she's like, you be quiet. And I'm like, I can talk, and then it becomes this little movie fight. But I can't be silenced. I just always have something to say.
I love it.
That's, my husband is like that, and my sister, who is here right now, they're the talkers, and they both like to be like this in the middle of a really intense plot, oh, I know what's gonna happen, and I'm don't say anything, I just want the movie to tell me. That's good, you win, you get the prize. My sister's upstairs, she's gonna be like, oh really, that's how you think about me?
Now I'm gonna tell you all the things.
Right.
There's one in every family. I am like Selena, but I have I have a talker in my family as well. I'm not going to name any names, but he's sitting right over there across the living room.
No, don't mention John at all. I hope you don't.
Well, this is cool though, because let me tell you something. Everybody who has something to say is going to love our toolkit today. Our toolkit today is Facebook groups, Slack, and LinkedIn. We couldn't decide between the three because all three of them have different functions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's me. Sorry. Selena's like, she's like, hey, Selena, go on.
I'm like,
I'm like, dude, tell Anna, tell us all about it. Wait, I told you guys this is going to be a rough morning. Okay, so when Anna and I talked about the toolkit, we were like, you know what? Like, this is what we want to talk about, especially with Chandelle. It's just like, there's places to connect that, you know, that will show your product, that will talk about who you are, whatever your message is that you're trying to get out, right? And so, networking is digital. And so some of the groups that we feel that between the two of us is Facebook groups. There is a group in Facebook, you know, it's different from a page, but it's a group, Facebook groups that do shared interests, you know, like if Chandelle wants to find somebody for, you know, a kids book author group, she'll find one. And then she's with other like-minded people that have similar pain points, that share similar successes, but she's in a group that she doesn't have to constantly say, I'm a children's author and I have to XYZ. She can jump already into like the numbers, you know what I mean? Like they all know.
Yeah.
Slack, which some of you may not know or do know. I don't know. Me and Anna have joined. Actually, AMC is one of them, and it's a great way to network. And it's actually how I met Chandelle. We talked about her, but that's how I actually met Jen from Pride and Grit. Was in our Slack channel. Yeah. Do you do Slack at all, Chandelle? Or are you familiar with that one?
Never heard of it until right now. So this is really helpful.
Yeah. Chandelle, tell everybody how old you said you were when we were.
Okay, so I'm 97 in the technology world.
All right.
Because I'm still back in like the year 2000 with technology.
Got it.
She had to dial-up to get on the
I don't
internet
understand. I can't keep up with 20-year-olds that are like,
right.
I'm not great at it.
No,
because she does maintain a good Facebook page, and you also maintain a really good LinkedIn page, or not LinkedIn, I'm sorry, Instagram page.
Instagram, yeah. Where she does a lot of her lives, and she does readings. Like,
yes,
you gotta follow her.
Yeah. So, but this is the thing. Like, let me just. LinkedIn is the third one, right? And LinkedIn is for professional networking. Is basically what that is. So again. Meeting and even selling product or resources or services can happen on LinkedIn. But one of the things I like is that Chandelle's picked an avenue to reach out to her clients or customers, and she's running with it. And sometimes you can feel like, especially with the digital world, right? Because pretty much everything's digital at this point in time. If you do too many and you spread yourself too thin, you can't give 100% effort. So you really just got to find the one that works for you the best and go with it. You know, that would be like my best advice as far as like this kind of thing. But Chandelle, what's your favorite networking platform?
Actually, Instagram has connected me with, because the book is for younger children, really, probably from up to age 11 or so. That's probably the age range. Instagram has really, of course, Facebook has been good, and I've met some people there. But Instagram, I think because that younger military group is on Instagram a lot, I've met some really fun, awesome spouses there. And so, like, one of the things I do love about social media is that I feel like we're legitimate friends. Like, I would love to meet these people in person. And I just feel like we've been hanging out this whole time. I've met 2 social media friends in person, just kind of by chance. So that was really kind of fun, you know, to randomly meet them. But I although it's difficult for my brain to do, that's where I need you, ladies. I have enjoyed it because it's actually allowed me to see additional resources that I didn't know about, even after 20 years, you know, being in the military. So there's some amazing things out there. And because of social media, it helps to bring all that to light. Like, it's just this one big giant group, and everyone can share their talents there and spread the word about it. So that has actually been really great. I have enjoyed that kind of newness to what I did before.
Yeah. No, I love what you said. So Chandelle, like my niece, right? She's 13. She's going to be 14, and she's an artist. And so she comes to me when they first got here, and she goes, Auntie, I'm going to start an Instagram account to sell my whatchamacall. And I was like, good for you. And she gives me these updates daily. And so she's like, wow, one of my pictures got 100, you know what I mean? But she goes, Instagram has been good for her to connect with others to share her art. And so, like you said, you never know what platform. And so, yeah, I love that you're on Instagram, and I love that. So go find her, be her friend.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and the other thing to remember is these platforms are constantly changing. So again, I'm just going to go back to the don't spread yourself too thin aspect. You know, if you're trying to maintain 12 different profiles, you're going to miss some great opportunity with one of them because you can't keep up with all of it. But anyway, so that's our toolkit. So Facebook, groups, Slack, and LinkedIn. Pop in the comments what you use currently. What do you have? What are you on? How do you network? Let us know just so we can kind of have an idea of what's going on.
Exactamundo.
Okay, so now is our favorite part. So guess what we forgot to do? We totally forgot to do a timer.
Well, I have it. I'm ready.
We're going to start the 15-minute timer now.
21 minutes into our coffee chat. See, Chandelle, this is how we operate. We're so fluid.
Itch, right? You said itch.
Yeah, I did. We did.
A buffer right there.
Totally. Oh my gosh.
So I'm really super excited today about our game.
Yes.
It's called What Would You Say? Which is awesome. I think Chandell's a little nervous because she has no idea what we've got planned.
No.
So here is the format here. All right, there's 3 people in a room, Chandelle, and you are going to approach each one of them and you're going to network with them. So it's going to be the what would you say to them? Because you really are so personable and friendly.
Yeah.
This is a great way just to the different styles of how you would approach someone that maybe you're not super comfortable with even maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to put you on the spot and we're going to say, how would you approach them and what would you say to them? Okay?
She's like, and I will tell you a quick, before we go into this. So 20 some years ago, in the restaurant industry that I was in, when we would do training for servers, part of our training packet, we had photos of different types of tables. And the groups of people were different, and it's how you don't approach everybody the same way. So similar. Are you ready?
Right.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous. It's gonna be good.
We were kind, sort of.
Yeah. We're gonna start off easy.
We're gonna start off really easy. All right. So do you want to pop in our first personality?
Yeah. Here's our first personality that you need to approach, Chandelle.
It's Mr. Friendly.
Yeah.
So somebody like Mr. Rogers. So here he comes. You see him across the room. How would you approach him and what would you say to him to network with him?
Right.
Okay. So I would probably, so do I know anything about these people in advance or no?
Yeah. Let's say you do know who he is, but so you're going to approach him in the way that you want to approach him.
So if it actually was Mr. Rogers, I know that he loves children and I know that he's a TV personality. And so I would go to him and introduce myself casually and not say anything about the book, right? I just would strike up a conversation, maybe compliment on his sweaters,
Yes.
Talk to him how it's cool that he brings in business, but casual at the same time.
Nice.
Yes.
So at this point, I think he thinks you're flirting with him.
Right.
Sometimes we have to do what we have to do. That's just what we have to do. Well, so I think I would compliment him on what he's doing. I would share how I've seen his show. I love what he's doing. And hey, by the way, I'm also connected to you in the way that I also love the children community and I have a resource as well. And then maybe we would talk about what we share together, our commonality.
That's awesome.
That's love
perfect,
that.
Right?
I love that.
So you brought up a really good point, which is find that commonality, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the number one key for networking. Find the commonality between you and the person, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And then it does. I mean, I was teasing with the whole coming on to him thing, but I think that complimenting people on who they are and what they've done, and even how they look is a great way to start a conversation. Hey, I love your shoes. Where'd you get them? It's like a very casual, offhanded conversation that if they don't respond positively, you have the chance to be like, all right, now I'm going to back off. I'm going to
do a moonwalk. Whoop, whoop,
right. Like, okay, awkward. So sorry. I'll try again. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that should segue us into the next one is, say this was awkward and you're like, darn, I'm going to have to try with person number 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready for
So you
number
ready for
two?
person number 2? All right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Powerhouse.
Okay. Well, I like Oprah because her personality is enormous.
Yep.
And I love how she brings in different topics and different kinds of conversations.
Right.
I also love how she likes to help her audience and do fun things. So again, and what you just mentioned, what I learned a long time ago is when you are approaching and you're trying to get in the door, you always make it about the other person, especially if you know a little bit about them. Not that you're trying to build them up falsely, but when you've put the focus back on them, then it allows them to be open to you.
Right.
When it's your turn. So obviously I would be intimidated. Okay.
Powerhouse, right? That's why we called her Miss Powerhouse. It's like,
yeah,
what do you
definitely
say
is. So someone like that, I would probably, hopefully, like I said, I would know something about what she was already doing. I would approach, I would have probably rehearsed as I was walking over there what I would say,
Yeah, right.
And then I would, in this case, she has a book club. And so I could lead up and talk about that. Maybe I would make up one of the books that I've read in her book club or something like that. Yeah. And I would talk about her show, talk about her vision, talk about how she got to where she was, to try to learn some things from her. And I know people like her in real life, and I am intimidated by those people and their success. And so I would want to learn from her and then maybe keep her in my pocket if we connect, so I can reconnect with her at another time. So
Yeah,
I probably would slip in the book. I would slip in what I'm trying to do as well, even though it might be minor compared to her. She started out small as well.
Yeah.
So I think I would try to go approach this powerhouse person with, what can I learn from you? Rather than I'm promoting myself. But hey, I do still have this. So how can I use what I'm doing in a way that you can teach me, like, what can you teach me with what I'm doing? So I think it would be, what can I learn from you? And then when they see that, it helps me and it helps them know that they are reaching people as well.
So I love that. Yeah. I love the idea of what can I learn from you. So I do remember also a long time ago when I very first started in business, learning that one of the ways when you meet somebody who is like a powerhouse, like an Oprah, that even just like asking them for their advice, like about something, or complimenting them in such a way where they're now providing you some sort of feedback. So like you said, hey, your book club has done so many great things for so many people. I write children's books and I've started to bring that out there. How would you suggest I better whatever, whatever the thing might be. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, great. And I think this shows you like the approach is going to be very different from Mr. Rogers, right? Because there's like, and it's not that she's intimidating, she's just such a powerhouse in all she does. And so, but it's like still approachable. You just got to go in with a different plan. Right.
Well, and she's heard everything, right? She's got people fawning over her all the time, like constantly. So you don't want to be that same old, and just have her go, okay, thank you. I'm gonna go now.
Yeah.
It's almost like you got to find something new, and that's hard when it comes to somebody like this.
Yeah. Well, and maybe a lot of people try to take advantage, or like, oh, I know her, and they want to name drop. That's not how. That's just not how I think. I would really want to connect with her. And like what you said, Anna, like, hey, I have this small talent I'm trying to grow. What advice can you give me so I can get it out there more? And then what I have found sometimes, it's interesting, even in that approach where I am being humble and going to them for advice, because you kind of name drop your skill and your talent, it opens up, what kind of book have you read?
Yeah.
It's really good. And then sometimes there has been connection after the fact where they've helped me additionally down the road, so that it works twofold, really.
Right. It's building the relationship and maintaining that even after the initial contact, right? It's not saying, oh, I met and then that's it. It's fostering it. So
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now are you ready for personality number
I don't
3?
know who could be bigger than Oprah. I'm not sure.
Oh man. Ready?
Or something. Oh.
Welcome to Lady Gaga, the one in the room where you're like, I don't even know what to do or say or how to, the questionable one, right? The one that's got so many crazy things going on that you know about. You're like, where do I even start?
But here's our thing to you, right? You don't know that it's truly Lady Gaga. You just know that she's come to this networking thing. She looks like this. You have no idea that she could be, right? So do you approach the questionable looking one, Chandelle? How do you do it? What do you do?
And she's in full regalia. I just want you to know that.
Like this.
Yes. She is
hair, makeup, all of it.
I think someone like that, I would just simply want to talk with just to get a little piece of their thought process in their life. Like, I don't even know if I would try to promote myself. I just would think it would be interesting to meet somebody that is. So the cool thing about her, if it really was Lady Gaga, is that she is incredible with self-promotion because she's so different.
Yes.
She might not even be like that in real life. Do you know what I mean? But she's figured out her niche that gets her this amazing attention. So that's something that I could I think I may just go and just try to be casual because I can be chatty. Like, hey, you look great with that blue hair. And I could never pull off the sequins like you.
Perfect.
You know?
That was your in.
Right there. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. And so then maybe just like, how did you figure out that this is what was the right path for you to make yourself big and promote yourself in such a way and to get the attention that you do? Because maybe there's on a small scale, something that I could do similar to what I want to promote. So
I love that you took what she's done for self-promotion and you're using it as your way to build that relationship. You know, by saying, I really admire, how did you come up with this strategy? Right. Or is it just part of who you are, your personality? Because a lot of times you're right. It's not their real self.
No.
It's only their public persona. Yeah. And behind the scenes, they're like, oh, no, man, I like yoga pants and my fuzzy socks and I want to sit and watch,
and 2 coffee cups. Right.
And normally I don't fix my hair, which is why I have a wig on tonight or whatever it might be, right?
Yes.
No, for sure. Yeah. So wait, let me just shift to our next one. So Anna.
Yeah.
You know what? I know we keep flip-flopping. I'll just say Anna's part. So after all 3 of these, what's your top tip in networking you can share with who is listening to us today? What would you say? Yeah.
I think the one thing that if I'm thinking back to what I said, as far as like what I do, as far as things that are in common with different people, is that I try, even if I don't know something about them, I can visually see something about them, right? And I might know what kind of personality they are, what kind of business they have, even I don't know them. So I have just found that if you make it about that individual first, where you're, instead of just like, oh, tell me how to do my book, tell me how to do things better, that it allows that barrier to drop some. And so even if it's just casual, because I can't imagine these people don't always want it to be business.
Right.
Yeah.
They just want to be looked at as an individual, whether you're Oprah or you're the president. You know what I mean? Like you still a person behind their profession or behind their famousness. That's not even a word.
Right. Yeah.
Famosity.
Yeah. And so because I've been blessed with the gift of chit chat, that just works for me. So
yes.
I love that. I've been blessed with the gift of chit chat.
Yes.
That's
and so I just love people and I love learning about different people and different things. And so I guess the long-winded way that I'm saying is that find something about that individual to help you open the door to where you can slip in a little bit about what about yourself or what you need from them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be sincere. Like, be sincere. Don't be, okay, I'm so bored of what they're saying. Okay, help me. That's not, that's not going to get you where you need it to be.
And the other thing I would mention is that maybe not with these three personalities because they are famous people, but when you go to a networking event or even when you're online networking with strangers and you are trying to build that relationship, it's okay to use the same lines over and over again.
Right.
Because, and to remember that frequently they are just as nervous or uncomfortable as you are in starting that relationship because they don't know where it's going to go or where it's going to lead, but they're there in that space for the same reason you are. Most of the time. I'm going to say that most of the time. There might be the occasional grumpy pants that says like, I don't want to be here and I don't want to and that's fine. Then you just walk away and say, oh, nice shoes. All right. And you moonwalk back out of your space. And you go find somebody else to talk to.
Yes.
Well, I just learned that, to me, I still feel like I'm doing this on such a small level and I have so much to learn from so many others. And so to me, I just view them at like, this is a benefit for me and I can learn from them. So there's the timer. See,
it's okay. It's for show. Anyway, go ahead, Chandelle. Finish that thought.
That's just how I see all these other people at the networking things or a military community event. Like I see that what can I learn from these people? And so there's surely something because I just feel like I just have so much to learn. And so that's just kind of how I view these other people and those opportunities. And
that's a great attitude to go into. I think that frequently people get turned off if you walk in with I got something to say and something to sell you, whether it be a service or a product. They're like turned off immediately because they don't know you. They don't, so really building that relationship really is the first step to becoming a better business person. If they like you as a person and know what you do, they're more likely to recommend you to friends. Well, I know this great lady, she writes children's books. Her name's Chandelle Walker. You totally want to talk to her.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and the other thing is that you need to be confident. You might feel maybe minuscule compared when you're comparing, but I love the old phrase, comparison is a thief of joy. Like, don't compare. We compare ourselves too much, especially as women. Yeah. I have this cute little book, right? I wanted to write this book for 14 years. I have it. I might not be Stephanie Myers, but so what? Like, I have this book and now it's up to me to share it and I can do it at whatever pace I want. So but still be happy with your accomplishments and be confident because people are also going to see that. If you are too nervous or you're too scared, like still be confident in yourself and where you've come, where you've come from.
That's so huge. Like, don't devalue your own accomplishment.
No.
You don't ever want to say, well, I've only written just this one little book. No, it's an awesome book.
That's a great accomplishment.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. But the idea is never devalue what you can offer. Be proud of it. Yeah,
right.
That's great.
And as a side note too, and don't devalue others. When I've been around people that are like, well, she only or he only, and you're like, no, that's hard work, right? Yeah. So just try to omit that out of your networking tools when you're.
I do like to make comments like, "Oh, have you written a children's book?"
Right.
No. Okay. Oh.
Yes.
Come back and talk to me when you have.
I like that.
Don't get Anna. Do not get Anna riled up. She will come at you hard if you are. She is a justice fighter.
Yes.
I love her for that. Yes. She's exactly like my sister. Like, they hone in on something and you can like literally see it on Anna's face. The minute that she is about to like literally change into this superhero like shield thing, it's awesome.
Nice.
So awesome. Okay.
Under my clothes.
Yeah. right? Like,
I love it. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Anna, what's next?
Yeah, Chandelle, we are at the point where we talk about the struggle bus, which, you've seen our show. So, this is the point where we get to say, hey, we bring you on. You give us so much great information to our watchers and listeners. And we're so grateful for that. So now the question is for you is there anything that we can help you with? A question, a business idea, a thought, anything at all that is your struggle bus today that Selena and I can chime in, and anybody who's listening can chime in on in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys know I'm 97 in my brain. It's true. This is not a secret. But we talked about this in March about my website and different things with social media. Because I am slow to understand and move on social media, I think you guys are on that. So those would be things that I could learn from you guys as far as like, I cannot figure out the hashtag game. I can't do it.
Right.
I can't figure it out. I don't understand. Like, I may do the same hashtags as someone with a similar post, and then it gets different attention. So weird to me.
Yeah.
And then, so I think like the algorithm and how they work would be helpful for me more. And then my website is still like that weird connection thing. Like it's been the same since March when I talked to you.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
So
it's just like yesterday.
Yeah, that's just really where my struggle has been. I've done better with Instagram. I've learned over the last year, but I just get confused and I get frustrated sometimes, and I'm sure it doesn't need to be that way. So that would be the thing that I could learn from you ladies the most.
Right.
Okay.
I'll let me jump in. Can I jump in real fast? Okay.
Yes.
So I think one, it's good that you recognize, okay, what I want to do. And hashtags is a really important thing for Instagram, right? Yeah. And so it's like, so one of my other besties in the business, Brenna at the Social Rescue, she is huge on Instagram, and her game is I'll link her in there.
Okay.
But actually here, Michael, who's coming onto our show, content is more important than hashtags. He is right, but it has to partner together, right? You want to have good content so that whoever finds you via the hashtag will be your next follower. Because if you don't have relevant content, if it's just garbage, then they're going to be like, oh. But Brenna, she taught me, and we do this, like, it's called a ladder, right? And so I know this is weird, but you're going to find, in your Instagram, you have a set of 30 hashtags that you can use. And the ladder is do 10, 10, and 10. And you look, and when you do your research is you look at, I want 10 hashtags that fall between 10,000 and 20,000 posts, like that are in that gallery. Like, and how you'll find it is you'll click on the hashtag and it takes you kind of to the community hashtag thing. Right. And you'll see how many posts are on there. So you do 10 of this particular set between 10 and 20. Then you do the next ladder, which is 50 to 100,000. And then the third set is you do like 500,000 to 1 million. And the reason why you want to do a ladder is you want to space out where your content is being seen, because on the lower numbers, you'll have a bigger chance when you're a smaller account for people to see yours, because the minute you post it, it's going to go to the top, right? But if you're if all you're doing is the million gallery ones, the minute your thing goes live and you use that hashtag, your post goes all the way down, because there's other people posting.
People are posting the same hashtag.
Yeah, but you still want to use some of them, but you just want to make sure you're spacing it out.
Yeah.
And I learned that from Brenna, and she's like, and just, but don't make that your main priority. Just make sure your content is great, and then just really research what you already said, what other authors are using. And I'll bring this back to my niece. She said, oh, there's this hashtag that she was using, and it got her like 100 likes within 20 minutes. And we talked about it. So anyway, so here it is, right? Oh, look, thanks, Michael. Good content with ladder hashtag. Also, if it's not your thing, pay somebody. Right. So anyway, so that's what I would say to you is there are a lot of tools to research. There is a free tool. I'm going to put it in the comments right now, but it's called IQ Hashtags, and they have a free, I just kind of commented it under, I commented, but it's called IQ hashtags. If you go to the website, you can actually look up certain hashtags, and then it will give you relevant ones.
Yeah.
And it'll give you suggested ones. So you can kind of compile, and then you can actually build your hashtags, and you want to rotate them because you don't want to come off spammy, right? So you set up your hashtag game, you set up a list. You say, okay, hashtag list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. And then you just rotate them all through.
Okay.
Anyway.
The only other thing I would add to that is to remember that hashtags are really just keywords. So when you're thinking about it, it's if you were searching for something, how would you search for it? You personally, Chandelle. So if you're looking for an author or a dry cleaner or a children's book or a website designer, what are the search terms you're going to be looking under? And that applies to both your website and the hashtag research, both of those things. So it's just, and there's a ton of different things you can do, that whole SEO, search engine optimization stuff. I'm not even going to throw that at your 97-year-old brain right now.
Right.
But what I will say is that when you drill all that down, what it really comes down to is how are people searching typing into Google what they're looking for. And if you have that kind of content on your site and in your Instagram, your little, what do you call it? The content portion of Instagram, as well as your hashtags, they're going to find you.
And you are absolutely right. And I'm going to make one suggestion too. We'll do an actionable thing. So if you can, this is Chandelle's Instagram. So she has a great bio. I would only make one suggestion is where your name says Chandelle Walker. Yes. I would also do the bracket and then add in, you only have so many characters, do author. Because so where it says Chandelle Walker, right under your picture, then you're going to add Anna's, Anna Larson. What do you call that thing? I'm not a copywriter. What is this? The space thing? Whatever.
That on my plate right now. I don't know the up or downer.
You're going to do, I'm going to try to show you because kind of like mine. See how it says Selena Komacki web design?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to do Chandelle Walker, kids author. Okay. And what I learned is that it's very searchable. So if somebody were just to type author, you'll come up in the search on Instagram. Even though it's in your bio below, that's not the super searchable one. The bio is just kind of letting people know when they land on your site what they're trying to do. Right. But your name with what you do specifically gets found better in people searching. I actually just had somebody send me something from the UK, I was looking for web designers and you popped up. She sent me a message in my messages and I was like, oh, it works.
Yeah.
Really cool. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So we've got a comment from our friend Sandy who moved down to Austin area, but Sandy says use them to define your brand too. And that's important also. Hashtags can be used to identify who you want, what your brand is all about. So it's not, it really is what are you using them for? What's your end goal is kind of the idea behind it.
And isn't it still what is it, 80-20? When I first got into it, this person said, look, the people want to like you, don't put the book in front of them 1,000 times a day. So they want to like you and know about you. And then you just happen to have this book. So isn't there you're supposed to promote so much of what you want versus them liking you? It's this whole little game.
Yeah.
Almost. So
I think you just have to kind of I think mixing it up. Yeah. For me, I'm going to say 50-50 right now because you still want them to know what your main goal is here and if they like it and what's new about that product. But you also do want to give them, because I think everybody, and we talked about this before, Anna and I, people are more about especially with us small businesses, we're not a corporate brand where it's very there's this trust factor to it, but by putting ourselves out there just a tiny little bit more than the brand does, we're adding to the trust factor, right? Is and then you're planting a seed of you said it early in the networking, maybe it's not right now, but you never know when that seed has grown and they're oh, I'm ready for Chandelle. You know what I mean? Because I'm constantly seeing a funny thing about her drinking milk and not coffee, or do you know what I mean? Like, but it's like because you're relating something to them to exactly remember this moment, everybody. Remember this moment.
Well, it's that commonality that we talked about with networking.
Yeah.
When you share something about yourself and it identifies with someone, they're more interested in coming back to seeing what else is going on in your life.
Right.
So really, when you're looking for someone to provide you business help or to write something for you or whatever it is that you do, whatever service it is you offer, you want to connect with that person.
Right.
You know, you want to have some sort of relationship where it might be always on a professional level, but if you can't connect them with in any way and you just feel like they're constantly
yeah,
right.
It's not something that's a long lasting relationship. You know, they might use you once but never come back because there's no reason to. There's no draw necessarily.
Right.
So anyway, does that help? You feel unsettled?
Both of that does help. I'm just thinking like, okay, that means actually I need to post more instead of
no. But remember people, they have schedulers and batching is so important. So you're not like crazy town having to go every day. Because I remember when I did that when I very first started, and I'm like, I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? So I get it.
I just don't know what to say to them.
Yeah.
I think you can for now. So.
Make it random. You can just say random things like today there was a rainbow, you know. Even if there wasn't a rainbow, just feel free to put there was a rainbow down for you. And, you know, it doesn't always have to be business related. That's the other thing that people forget. Like you can tie it back to what you're doing business wise, but it doesn't have to be to promote your business. And that's maybe that balance, that 80-20 balance you're talking about. So anyway, but you do a good job, Chandelle, because I follow you on Instagram, so I see what you post. You do a good job.
Yeah. I've been a little absent the last couple months because of other things going on, but I need to.
Who hasn't? Honestly, don't even look at my Instagram account.
No,
it is not the beacon of showcase right now.
I you know what? I've set my gallery to look how it is so people can just see. And I just do stories. Like that's all I do right now. And I think we talked about like not overextending, right? Yeah. So
and sometimes it's nice to just give yourself a break and just be and not worry about all the external.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Great. No. That's great.
So Selena's going to throw up your little where we can find you. And Chandelle, why don't you tell us where can people find you?
Well, since we know I do Instagram more, that's I'm there and Facebook. So I have the same name at Kids Books by Chandelle. And then my website is under construction right now. So
awesome.
Hit me up or my email is the same, kidsbookbychandelle@gmail.com.
Right. Awesome.
That'd be amazing. I'm on those frequently. So hit me up anytime. And my book, if you did want to check out Daddy Left with Mr. Army, is all over the internet land. Most people buy it on Amazon. If you're in the Fort Hood area, I have inventory.
Sorry guys.
You could always just hit me up and we can meet somewhere and I can personalize the book for you if you're local. So.
That's all. I didn't know that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So putting that on my to-do list here.
Yes, do it.
We're local. We're definitely local.
Yes, we're right around the corner from each other. It's so fun.
All right. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, wrapping up, I guess, right?
Yeah, I know. We're wrapping up, which we kept it under an hour, folks. If we can get off there in like 6 minutes, we kept it under an
hour. Right. So
I'm gonna a lot of fun.
Right. I'm gonna just share this real fast in the comments section. Hold on. I'm dragging my butt here. Dragging my butt. And then
I'm going to tell them what it is you're sharing, okay? So we found this great article with some networking tips. And so she's going to pop that link down into the comments for everyone.
Yes. Oh, wait, real fast. Michael wants to know, how many book signings have you done?
Oh, hi, Michael. He's really helpful today, this guy.
Yeah.
I've gone to some book fairs, and I think I've only done one major book signing. It's been a year. It's been out for just a little over a year, but I've just done one major book signing, and it was really good. But I just haven't connected with local book stores or anything here to do that.
Got it. That's on our goal list.
I do need to self-promote more. He's right.
So on a secondary note, do you have any other books in the wings, or anything that you're getting ready to do? Just out of curiosity, we might not hit 1 hour.
I have written another one, and I've contacted a publisher, and they would love to publish it for me. So
Yay! Oh my gosh, fantastic!
So it's put on hold right now with different family things going on. So hopefully next year it will be out. But it is another deployment book. But this time it is you can personalize the book. You can fill in the blanks for some things, which is great. And it's not branch specific, and it's not parent or gender specific. So it could just be uncle or brother or sister or aunt or mom, or so it can be just whatever that situation is for the child. So I'm really excited about this one. I added more details to things that happen, like when they're waiting with balloons, and I added more details of the experience.
Yeah.
So it's super cute. So hopefully next year.
Oh, that's awesome.
I cannot wait.
Yeah. And it's the same age group. You're saying same age group up to about age 11 for this new book coming out?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the younger age. I think that although we've gone through deployments and separations with teenagers as well, I think the struggle is a little bit different. They can understand and appreciate the reason for the separation, although they still miss their loved one, of course. Everyone needs their family member with them, right? But the children, it's harder to explain that when they're young. And so the books have helped. And so I've been thrilled when people, even just recently, like I just get little messages, and it just makes me feel good because anyways, that was the whole purpose, to help these young kids understand why through picture and through rhyme. It just helps them relate a little bit more. So the other book is also in rhyme as well. So it should be really cute. But
that's awesome.
Oh, that is fantastic. Real fast, I'm going to just pop up here. If you go to mine or Anna's business page, this is a link that we found really interesting when we were doing our research for Chandelle's show. It's just a great article. Yes, it was written in 2017, but it's very relevant, and it's just key elements to successful networking. And I'm going to share something. Chandelle does almost everything this guy says is key to a successful networking thing. So go read it. It's an extra resource. It's in both of our pages, so go and look at it for it, whatever, all of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you have a hard time networking, let us know. Tell us why in the comments. Who knows? Maybe we can help out in some way, shape, or form. Read the article, pop something in the comments, let us know. And then next week, I'm just going to jump right in. So guess who's coming next week? Mr. Michael Miller, who's been commenting through today. He is going to be our guest next week. We're very excited. Now, he's in Hawaii, so this is going to be a 1 p.m., not a 10 a.m. coffee chat. Sometimes that gets confusing, but I make him get up at like 3 a.m. to come
right because he is in Hawaii. He is amazing. His wife was actually on our show in season 1, so I'm kind of excited to keep the Millers in the coffee chat show. But he's a friend of mine and a colleague and a client, and so he's very, very intelligent, very smart. He does so many different things, and he's got right there. This is why we're bringing him on, because it says, "Yep, fuzzy socks," right? So, anyway, he's got great. It's funny, after we had our show with Lisa, he sent me and Anna some comments, and we're like, "Oh, yeah, that's actually we'll use that." So
gave us some good advice that actually led to these scripts that we use that are always behind the scenes, but I'm just going to flash it between
to keep us rolling and strolling, and we have backup plans. You know what I mean?
Right.
But okay, sorry. Wait. Oh,
All
wait.
right.
I'm like, wait. What? Wait. Where are we? We have these
We're at the
scripts and
very
we're like
end.
not
We're
using
saying
Chandelle.
thank you to Chandelle. We're signing
Yes.
off with 2
Yes.
seconds to 1 hour.
Yes,
Woo!
Chandelle,
Yeah.
we're doing backstage, but thank you so much, everybody, and thank
Yes,
you so much,
thank you
Chandelle.
for coming.
Thank you,
Yeah.
ladies, so much for having us.
Bye.
It's been awesome. You're great.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.